2023 has been the tale of disappointing album releases, okay? First, we had Drain Wet the Bed. Then, we had Rancid Take a Dump all over my face, all right? And then there's Incendiary and also AJJ that totally let me down, okay? Everybody on this list so far put out flops or records. But I have great news today. My highest anticipated album of the year just came out. I've listened to it about 5 or 6 times already, and I'm pretty confident in what I think about it. But right away, I want to tell you that we're dealing with something that did not disappoint me. Jeff Rosenstock just put out heat. Jeff Rosenstock just put out a little bit of fuego with his full-length album called HELLMODE, okay? Now, normally I know it's fun to watch me take the mick out of a record, but right now I'm gonna be celebrating a record. I'm pretty much gonna go full fanboy mode right now, but this album is very, very solid, and I'm gonna explain why that is. The question isn't gonna be if I like this record. The questions are gonna be how much do I like it, and is this record record of the year? So we'll go through it all, and by the end of it, I'll answer all those questions. Hey, I'm Dan Frampton. Thank you so much for being along for the ride here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a couple pancakes down there in the comments if you want. I want to send a huge shout out, a big time thank you to my members over here. Look at this graphic. There's 11 members. That is nuts. Thank you so much for joining the channel. If you want access to exclusive emojis, if you want exclusive content, and if you want your name on this graphic, all you gotta do is join the channel. All right, with all that out of the way, let's talk about some Jeff Rosenstock, all right? Now, Jeff Rosenstock is kind of a punk rock singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and all-around cutie from Long Island, New York. His 2020 album, No Dream, kinda blew me away. I loved that project. And in 2021, he did all those same songs again, but this time ska versions, which would make you think that it's just like a meme or a joke, but it's not a meme, it's not a joke. The ska versions of those songs on the record that he called Ska Dream are all amazing and hold their own flowers. Jeff's songwriting is what drew me in, but it's his personality that keeps me coming back. He has proven to me over the years that he is one of the best that the genre has ever had to offer. So I went into this project with expectations set really, really high. The pressure's on, Jeff. It's time to cook. The record kicks off with a song called Will You Still You, and it starts off with this like really fast punk bass line, fast punk beat, but it's a slow guitar thing and kind of a slow vocal delivery over top of it. It's just such a cool intro. Now this song starts to pick up pretty quickly, and we get treated to some surprise blast beats. You weren't going into this thing thinking Jeff Rosenstock was gonna hit you with some blast beats, but almost like a minute into this track, a minute into this record, we're getting some blast beats, but then it evens out to a smooth, texture-rich, catchy pop punk song, all right? This thing has glorious backing vocals, and it's multifaceted right away, and it starts to get pretty chaotic by the end. And by the end, when it's getting chaotic, it kind of transitions into the next song called Head, blisteringly well, and it's just like picks up the pace, picks up the speed, and just like drives forward, all right? This might be my favorite track on the record just because of how fast and in your face it is. So track number 1, Will You Still You, I'm throwing up the deuces on this one. This track is perfect. And the second track, Head, also throwing up the deuces on this one. This track is perfect. And we move into track number 3 called Like You Better, and I don't know, this might be my favorite song. This thing has the catchiest little chorus going, such a good hook, great lead guitar happening on this thing. The acoustic intro makes you kind of not know what you're getting into because it comes from a very blisteringly fast song, but then this thing turns into like this great stompy caveman type beat that is just so infectious. These songs are great, and you know I'm throwing up the deuces on this one too. This track is getting the perfect 2 out of 2. Then we'll move into the song Doubt. The lyrics on this thing are beautiful. It's kind of like a be yourself anthem, all right? If you want to say the thing, you say the thing. Even if it feels weird, even if it feels wrong, you be yourself. It's a great little track. I gave this thing, what do you think? Yeah, that's right, deuces. Perfect song. But then we're gonna move into a couple songs that I didn't give deuces to. The first of which is called Future is Dumb. Now this has some light ska undertones, and don't get me wrong, it is a great album track, but I'm giving this thing 1 3/4 star. It's pretty close to a perfect deuces, but then we move on to a song called Soft Living, and it's kind of slow and sludgy, but then it turns into this really chilled out little vibe. I'm also giving this one 1 3/4 stars. Very good, solid album tracks, sequenced perfectly right here in the middle. I think it's great. We move on to an acoustic cut called Heal Mode. Now, the record is called Hell Mode, not to be confused with this track called Heal Mode. Now, this is an acoustic cut with a driving bass line and light keyboard flourishes. I think this thing is a beautiful song. It has a strong melody. The imagery in the lyrics really hit home. The harmonies are absolutely beautiful, and it's a breath of fresh air in the track listing. All right, we're going back to deuces. This is a perfect song. We're going to move on to the song called Life Admin, and this is kind of like if Weezer was good, you know? So I'm giving this 1 3/4 stars, and then I'm moving on to the song number 9, I Wanna Be Wrong. Now this might be my favorite song on the record. Oh my god, I can't even understand how good this song is. I don't know how he gets away with writing such good songs, all right? And you better know I Wanna Be Wrong is a great hook that deserves 2 full stars. We're going to be moving on to the song Graveyard Song. And you want to talk about songs with great messages that are delivered well? This is one of those songs. The hook in this one, well, I don't know if it's a hook, but it's just like a line that really kind of encapsulates the meaning of this song. It goes like this: if someone causes pain, it's okay to push them away. So I think that that's a very healthy message. You know, it's not really a perfect song, 1 3/4 stars. And we're going to move on to the last song here, track number 11, called 3 Summers. Now this is a 7-minute Jeff Rosenstock epic. Now normally, 7-minute songs are Dan Frampton repellent. I'm not normally wanting to chomp down on a whole 7-minute cut, but this thing is so brilliantly written. It goes from one part to another section to another passage so well that you don't even know you're listening to a 7-minute song. And the whole 3 Summers motif that carries through this track is just so well written. You don't normally see literary style or literary level style writing in pop punk, but Jeff Rosenstock actually writes. He is a writer's writer writing pop punk music, and this epic of a song serves as the closer to the record. It really builds and crescendos and takes you on that journey and then sends you off into the moonlight. You know, I love this track, I love this record, and even though there's some not perfect songs on here, maybe 4 or 5 songs that I didn't give perfect scores to, but those songs all serve a purpose, are brilliantly written. In the track list, they all work with one another. It's like all the right Lego pieces coming together to make what I think is a perfect record. 2 full stars going to Jeff Rosenstock, Hell Mode. But that's how much I like the record. Is it album of the year so far for me? And to that I say, no, it isn't. It isn't quite album of the year, even though it's perfect, but there is another perfect record that came out this year. There's another batch of perfect records that came out this year that are actually going to rank higher than this one at the end of the year, I believe. But none of that's written in stone. Who knows how this is all going to shake out by the time December comes? And you better know that I'm going to be doing a list week of my own. Normally, Anthony Fantano does the list week, but I gotta do one that is 100% tailored to punk rock, emo, and hardcore, and this is gonna be the channel to find that list week, and we're gonna cap that all off with a huge, massive top 100. We're gonna get best EPs, best LPs, best singles, worst versions of all that too, and then a top 100. It's gonna be great, all right? So happy Jeff Rosenstock dropped an album day. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Sound off down in the comments what you thought about it. Are there any records you want to throw my way for the end of the year list? Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here right now, watch these other videos, and see you later.